Yes, it's Lebowski without the laughs. I don't know that I agree with you about the laughs part, but it's fucking Lebowski.
Yes, there are two. There are two laughs in this movie, and one of them is the part when in the commercial for the development when he's like overlooking the brand new drainage canal.
Drainage system. Yes, that's good.
And then
it was Bigfoot Bjorn in a hippie outfit.
Right.
I think there's only 2 laughs in this movie, and they all belong to, or there's 3, and they all belong to Josh Brolin. He's the only one bringing it in this fucking movie.
So
dude.
good in
and then him yelling about the pancakes.
Molto pancakeo!
The whole time they're having that conversation
and eating the chocolate-covered banana in the car.
No, dude. At the end when he eats his fucking joint. At the
before?
end when he eats his joint and then pours all his pot into his fucking mouth.
That was over the top for me. I just was like, whatever.
Jared, have you seen this before?
I had seen this once before. This is the second time.
So you didn't enjoy it more the second time?
No, I did not.
Wow.
Wow.
I enjoyed Josh Brolin more. I thought he was the funniest thing in the first time I saw it, and I still think he's the funniest thing. Molto pancakeo. I mean, he's got it. He's working on another level than everyone else. I sort of liked
it the first time. I enjoyed the shit out of it the second time.
Same here. I thought there was once you got used to Paul Thomas Anderson's sense of humor, which is really mordant. It's real. It's flat, and it's like not happy kind of humor.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, but I'm a huge fan of most of his films.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
but also we're comparing it to a Coen Brothers movie, and you want to talk about fucking having morbid senses of humor. Like the Coen Brothers shit is entirely about people getting their ears bitten off.
Yeah, but the Coen Brothers tell jokes.
But what I realized about Lebowski, because Bloom Grill and I went and saw this opening weekend, and like many people, the first time you see Lebowski, you're like, "What the fuck did I just see?"
Yeah, remember that film was not a success. That's a cult classic.
Then maybe by the 40th or 50th time I've sat through it.
Oh God, no!
You're like, no, I've seen that movie at least 100 times.
Good
not even. I'm not even exaggerating.
Why exactly?
Why?
For a decade, Lebowski was one of those movies. If you're flipping around and it's on, you stop and finish the movie.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's not my experience. Keep going.
But what I like this movie is the same kind of thing where it's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I can't follow this plot. I'm watching this and I'm laughing and I'm snickering because I'm enjoying the performances and the fact that it's basically about Los Angeles
in the 1970s,
in the 70s where I lived there. So it's it's
the whole thing just felt like even the opening and closing shot are behind Scott, and it feels, typically Paul P.T. Anderson's films are visually beautiful and masterful. And I'm not saying this movie is ugly. It's not ugly, but look at that fucking shot. That is the most like claustrophobic, nothing dumb visual shot I've almost ever seen. And he chooses to open and close this film with that. There's nothing in this film that is even close visually on the level of like any film he's ever made, aside from this.
I don't think that's the point.
I don't know.
It actually has some extremely questionable shots in it, just in general. Like why? What are you doing here?
I didn't mind that.
You're shooting this in a fucking alleyway with all of the fog, and that's it. That's congratulations. You're seen as silhouettes and fog.
Now, mind you, this
that was like they snuck onto the set of Big Trouble in Little China when they were closing the set down, and they
second time saying this opening shot is also the closing shot. And did you notice in the opening shot the golden fang is in the water behind his house?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that ship is there. Yes, exactly right.
Also, there's never
right
been
about there where my finger is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who's bored out of their fucking mind in this movie is Owen fucking Wilson.
Yeah, I know.
It's really
how could
hard
you
for
tell?
that guy.
He's been coasting for a while.
Yeah, Owen Wilson's got. That's just gonna sound kind of mean, but I think he has a limited range in terms of a lot of what he does.
No, maybe he does,
man.
but he's still.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a great impression of Owen Wilson.
Okay, but
I can't believe you said that.
That's pretty good.
Wow. No, but I mean, like, compare him in any of Wes Anderson's films, because he's been in many, he at least has. You feel like he wants to be there. He's excited. He's got a presence. He made. I agree with Scott. He's got a limited range, perhaps as an actor, but he's got a presence. He's got a vibe. Yeah. And in this, it was like it was sucked out of him. I don't know. It was a fucking terrible.
It wasn't about that.
Wasn't much of a part.
But his character was kind of passive. He was a victim. He was like a person.
I would like to see. I would like.
Yeah,
to
he was
see
there to
this,
be rescued.
I would like to see this Owen Wilson performance replaced with Edward Norton doing the Owen Wilson impersonation from that SNL bit where they do the Wes Anderson horror movie.
Yes, that's good. That'd be fun.
But man, what a cavalcade of stars, huh?
No, that's one of the big bummers for me is how much I like so many people in this movie and how much Thomas Pynchon's writing completely ruins the experience for me. This, God damn it, I fucking hate Thomas Pynchon so much, and just having a narrator so you could cram more of his godforsaken prose into every moment of this just driveling nonsense that he just rolls off of his fucking brain in 2011 or whatever when he wrote this fucking novel, and then immediately sold the rights to P.T. Anderson because P.T. Anderson's been calling him every 20 minutes asking to make one of his movies. Fuck this movie.
Also, I just hate movies like, it's really hard to do a movie well where it starts off with just like, it's this PI story where they just start, they don't set a tone so much as they just go, all right, here's a weird little plot thing, and he's just going to go start seeing people. Okay, we're just going to start seeing people. We're just seeing people left and right in different locations, and you start to be like, oh, okay, this whole movie is, it's a film noir, but like when you just go from people to people to people.
No, it is.
No,
it is. Okay, I'll tell you what. I thought about 20 minutes in. About 20 minutes in, I'm like, oh, it's Chinatown with stoners.
Yeah. No, I saw this film in the theater when it came.
Like 10,000 times worse.
I saw this in the theater when it came out. I saw it when it came out in video, and I saw it again last week for this. Right, I seen it 3 times, and even now at about an hour of 45 or 50-minute mark to the hour and a half mark, I don't know what the hell is happening.
Yeah,
and
so, I don't care.
But the thing is, I don't.
37 miness.
I have the opposite reaction to Thomas Pynchon that Tad does. I think that
the Shasta speeches are great.
He has this amazing, kind of like a looping, a storytelling style that is all gathered from pieces and bits. It's all tone. It's paranoia. It's sex. And it's all these other things.
Joaquin knows what he's in.
Also, I want to talk a bit about
masturbatory garbage.
I want to talk a bit about the scene at the end with Shasta. I forgot the name of the actress, and him. That 9.5 minutes.
It's Waterston. Catherine Waterston.
Catherine Waterston's daughter. Everyone in this movie is related to somebody famous. By the way,
well, she is.
No, that scene was over 9 minutes long, which meant it was an entire reel of 35mm film. And if you listen to it carefully, you can hear the camera going in the background.
Really?
Yeah, they probably did a limited number of people on the set, and they got close to the camera and they shot the thing with that. Was just a great scene because it was. I
do think that's a pretty good scene, directorially and performance-wise. That was a beautiful scene.
It was great. It was great.
She's great in every scene she's in.
Yeah,
she's
it broke through.
She's fearless. Mm-hmm. Like I was mesmerized. I mean, for obvious reasons, but like
terrible in Alien Covenant.
I mean, concert T-shirt and floral print.
But there was something about
as described.
When she laid down on him, I found myself going like this to see more of her ass.
But it was just really well acted, and everything just kind of came to the surface.
I thought all the acting in this movie was good.
That scene in particular, it just set a tone where you were kind of queasy, like uncomfortable with the sex that was happening, and it never let you relax. And then it gave you a punchline at the very end when she whispers in his ear, "This doesn't mean we're back together." And we laughed.
And that's
like, oh, thank God it's over.
I laughed my ass off. That's that Morden sense of humor I was talking about.
Yeah, that was good.
I never lauged in this movie except for Josh Brolin, dude. When he was fucking
Josh Brolin is amazing in this.
Oh, and he's eating those chocolate covered bananas all the fucking time.
Yeah, that was too much. That was
crazy. Scene at the end with his wife where she starts yelling at him.
I know, that was nuts.
It was really funny.
No, also
He's on
Martin
the
Short
phone.
in the cocaine, that was the best because no one can resist cocaine, right?
Yeah, he's MVP for sure, but I thought Joaquin Phoenix was almost at his level of performance on this.
Yeah.
Look at
really
Joaquin
think-
Phoenix auditioning to be in the Joker.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much, pretty close.
But I mean, Joaquin Phoenix had some great lines in this. I didn't love this movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it was intermittently funny. We're gonna have to cut that out. But I think there was more than 2 laughs. I laughed consistently at. Okay, every time Joaquin Phoenix wrote something down in his little detective's notebook, it was funny.
Yeah,
because it was like, what would a stoner detective write down? And that was what he wrote with his little pencil.
So
he's all something in Spanish.
Yes.
Something
By the way, the cameos in this movie are great.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Martin Short.
Yeah, the cocaine.
That was the
Martin Short
worst
was pretty
part.
funny.
Eric
No,
Roberts,
Martin Short. That was when it turned into a Cheech and Chong movie, and it was like even Paul Thomas Anderson's bored at this point because this is like a sketch comedy or something.
You know what? I'd like to lead
Snorting
up
cocaine off the desk.
I like the lead up to that scene more than Martin Short scene because the weird building with the fang looking building.
Yeah, WTF, dude.
And that was like we were in Crying of Lot 49 and Yo-Yo Dine. That was what was that paranoid, strange corporation that controls everything. I mean, the things I was kidding from this the second time watching it is that he is talking about an organization that is selling drugs to kids and also profiting from their rehab
right
at the same time.
The vertical operation
that came up really strong in this, and it was kind of a neat story. I thought.
And did we all notice that crazy golden, what's it called? Golden Fang building was in what was an empty lot.
I know. That's
why in the flashback when they were in the rain.
That was the payoff, right?
Yeah.
That was good stuff. Oh well. Okay.
And Reese Witherspoon. There was Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix had that great scene with her.
She's been in since Freeway.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix had a great line with her, which was just he threw it away, and it was like, "I have been calling you night and day with no response," or maybe I forgot.
Yes.
Also, I love the fact they kept calling Doc Sportello a hippie, like "Go away, little hippie." It was great because he was like, it was. They talked about the cultural shift.
But if this thing is a goof, which I ended up deciding it was like, okay, 37 minutes. I wrote down 37 minutes. No idea what's going on. Not gonna try anymore.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, Martin Short shows up and he's snorting coke off the desk and having sex with the girl and stuff. And it was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a goof, but it's a 2.5 hour goof.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't probably need to be this long.
It could have used
long,
a half
man.
hour cut. It could have used another edit. It really could have.
But if they did another edit, we would have lost Michael K. Williams. We would have lost
Maya
Rudolph.
Right. But
we would have lost Maya Rudolph. We would have lost Belladonna. We would have lost Eric Roberts.
Maybe. Yeah.
Eric Roberts, holy shit.
I enjoyed the
that
show.
Eric Roberts scene actually is funny when he's just there and he's got his head over the step and he's just talking to him.
And also it's great because it's like, oh my God, this guy has been, he became enlightened and gave all his fortune away, and he's being threw him in a mental institution to get him to keep his money. I mean, that's just bizarre.
The FBI threw him in a mental institution to get him to keep his money.
I know, it's the damnedest thing ever. And yeah,
because he's funding the group that's infiltrating all of the leftist organizations that they get Coy to work for.
Mm-hmm.
He's the bankroll for that. So if he gives away all his money, he can't bankroll that America whatever organization.
Vigilant California.
Yeah,
I think.
Vigilant California.
So that they can keep having him COINTELPRO people.
Yeah.
Also,
why is this more
direct
entertaining
shout out to
talk about?
COINTELPRO was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Also, good. A nice tip of the hat to the fact that Reagan closed all the mental institutions in California in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was interesting because he did that, and that was kind of not good.
So why is this movie more entertaining to talk about than it is to watch?
I don't.
Because we don't have to listen to that fucking narration every 30 seconds.
Because the tone of this movie is quite bad overall.
Yeah,
it's not. It
it's
doesn't.
a little flat.
It's very uneven. The tone is very.
It's totally uneven. That's my objection to Martin Short. Is it's like that's a different movie.
Yeah, he's Dark Universe Mr. Megorium. He just wanders into this movie and talks about how many pairs of shoes.
That's why every time Josh Brolin was on,
have those words ever been said before?
I was so happy when Josh Brolin was on the screen because I was just like, yes, like someone who.
It opened it up. No, that's the thing you're talking about. Half this film is medium to close-ups of Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's all him reacting to things. And also watching him getting high, which he does like 45 different ways.
I know, but he's so fucking good in this.
He was so good in this, but it was like I didn't realize there's so many ways of getting high or being high. Fine. He does all of them. There's flying, there's bake, there's buzz, there's like really wiped out. It's like he does all. You think he must have did research on that thing? I think he must have research.
Oh, I remembered the other one single line that I thought was really funny. It's when Martin Short's secretary comes in and goes, "There's something wrong with the couch in your office, and also bring that vial."
That's right. Yeah. She's dressed like that leather outfit, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna,
I mean, that's the ultimate though. Like, if you have drugs, you get laid, because Martin Short is a gremlin.
Yeah. Martin Short's also a dentist too, which is like why they get the Dortmund quality cocaine.
Yeah. Well, you have to use it as a topical anesthetic.
Exactly. So cocaine and dentists to go together.
That's
really
called.
Well.
I appreciated that you picked this because I got to watch again and I enjoyed it way more the second time.
Same here. Thumbs up,
way
down,
more.
sideways.
Way more.
I'm glad I watched it again just so I could officially say that I don't like this movie.
That's fine. Okay. I would say the response was somewhat mixed.
But I will say 2 words. This movie, so I sum it up. Moto Panakeku.
Moto Panakeku. Moto Panakeku. Hai. Hai. Hai.